What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Nick Moseder here with a major update for you guys. As it appears, John Brennan, the former CIA director that was a central figure in crafting the Russian collusion narrative, is going to be hit with a subpoena as part of a massive investigation. This is from Fox News. DOJ actively preparing to issue grand jury subpoenas relating to John Brennan investigation, as they're told by sources. Justice Department officials in two cities are preparing to issue subpoenas. Fox News first reported that Brennan and former FBI Director James Comey were under investigation as of early July 2025. Thursday's development intensifies that investigation. Comey is fighting his case in court with a trial set for January. Brennan has not been indicted, and it's unclear if a grand jury would indict him, but evidence will be presented in South Florida. So we know that Comey's already been charged with perjury, and he's going to be going to trial in the Eastern District of Virginia. But separately, we have this grand jury that's convening in the Southern District of Florida, which is going to be convening in January 2026. And it's not just looking into Brennan. It's not just looking into Comey. It's looking into the entire conspiracy to defraud the United States, undermine the president, try to overthrow the president. It's looking at everything from the Russian collusion hoax all the way through Mar-a-Lago and the raid. It's looking at all the lawfare, all the impeachments, and alleging that there's been a coordinated conspiracy with all these deep state actors that have worked together and colluded and conspired to commit treason effectively. So John Brennan, he's getting ready to be hit with a subpoena relating to this grand jury. The DOJ, they're starting to build a case. They're going to be calling in witnesses and gathering evidence to submit before the grand jury when it does officially convene in January. And so it appears that John Brennan is the first of many dominoes in this saga. Now, what's going to be interesting here is the fact that this is going on in the Southern District of Florida, which tends to be less lenient on the deep state, versus, say, convening a grand jury in Manhattan, where 99% of the people there have TDS. It's a completely different story down there. And so their job is going to be to hear the evidence presented by the DOJ and decide and determine whether or not there's probable cause to issue an indictment. And then what's going to happen from there is this thing's going to snowball. There's going to be more grand juries and more subpoenas and more indictments and more charges brought. Everything spanning from John Brennan, James Comey, Jack Smith, Hillary Clinton, Obama, all the way up the chain. Because what they're attempting to do is tie everything together and show a grand conspiracy to defraud the United States and overthrow a sitting president. And they did it not just once, not just twice, not just 3 times, but like 5 times. And this actually brings me to my final point, because as you'll see, MSNBC, CNN, the fake news commentators, they're already saying that, a lot of this stuff, the charges that they think they're going to bring, are beyond the statute of limitation of 7 years, like the Russian collusion hoax. They're saying it's already lapsed. There's nothing you can do about it. Well, guess what? An ongoing conspiracy, the statute of limitations on that is like 5 years out after the last act that's tied to all the others. So let's say the Mar-a-Lago raid was the last act, even though it's not. 5 years after that, you're well within the statute of limitations. So if they can successfully tie everything together into a grand conspiracy, then all of these people could be charged. And it's not out of the realm of possibility here. Now, I don't want to get too optimistic. I don't want to get too hopeful and fill you guys with a bunch of hopium. But let me just say, this is one of the most interesting things going on right now. And I'm going to track it every step of the way. So if you're not subscribed to this channel, take the 2 seconds to subscribe and turn the bell notifications on. That way you never miss another update. As always, click that like button. It helps the channel. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.